Brewery travelers, welcome back. I'm joined today by my wife Barbara.
Hi everyone.
We're going to talk about a trip we took in February, aren't we, Barbara?
Yeah, to St. Augustine, Florida.
St. Augustine, Florida. We straight down 95 and we went to 3 breweries and 2 wonderful experiences and 3 breweries. In any event, we started the day with Dog Rose Brewing. Remember that one?
Yes, that was my favorite of the 3, I think.
Well, just to orient everyone, it's about 8.5 miles off of Interstate 95. It is toward the Old Town District, which is the real tourist area of St. Augustine. It's about a mile, maybe just under a mile.
Yeah, it's about a mile from the Old Town area, but it's got its own set of tourist things to do. There's a winery there, a couple of breweries, lots of restaurants and places to go.
There are, it's not exactly walkable. It's a lot of cobblestone, a lot of traffic. It's, but it's, you know, it's
some bigger roads, definitely.
It's not far from Old Town.
But it's a drive.
but it's a drive. Anyway, we got the Dog Rose, and oh, what a wonderful place.
Beautiful. Really good outside and very large, very pretty inside too. Just a really, really well done, well put together brewery.
Now, we had the benefit of getting up early and getting down there right as they opened, Barb. Not only were we there first, we might have beat some of the employees down there.
Right.
So we had time to talk to the bartender, who was a great guy, very informative, very helpful.
Very, yes.
And enjoyed a couple good beers.
I had the red, which was outstanding, I thought. Very, very good red.
I had a hazy IPA called Newest IPA, and 6.2. It was a good way to start the day. Real good beer.
Yeah, I think the red was either a 5.0 or 5.2,
right.
something like that. Yep.
Then I think we split. We had 3 breweries to go to, so we had 1.5 beers. We split a Vienna Lager next.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I got to tell you guys, this brewery is first rate. Nice environment, wonderful beer. There's no food. We shared some pretzels.
There were a couple of groups that came in while we were there, and you could tell they really were tourists. It's an attraction kind of place.
And you know what? It's so close to the central attractions of St. Augustine that it's really convenient. Mm-hmm. We pried ourselves away from Dog Rose Brewing, and then went to back to Bog. We'd been there before.
We've been to Dog Rose before too. Both of them.
Mm-hmm. We went to Bog Brewing, which is quarter mile, maybe a little further.
Maybe a little further than that, yeah.
But you know, again, very close, but not exactly walkable. We drove over, and Bog's a nice place. Beautiful
outside area there.
They do. It's almost a courtyard type setting in the back. Wonderful. Now, Bog, I will tell you this. Bog is the bartender at Dog Rose told me, he said, you know, this is a great brewery. They're a little more experimental than others. Okay, so we went.
Yeah.
And they did have some beer. Matter of fact, one of the beers we've had there was a smoke lager. You remember that one?
Yes.
Oh, it was smoky. I mean, I felt like I was, you know, flamed out. Anyway,
that's not what we had this time.
That's not what we had this time. This time, I had a Hellas lager to start.
And I had an oat lager, a dark oat lager.
Dark oat lager, which she loved. I loved the sips I had from hers. It was... this is a great place, man. It is a wonderful courtyard setting with great beer, moderate ABV beer. You can sit there and drink for quite a while. They had a food truck.
Yep, they had a food truck. It wasn't open when we were there, but it looked like it was fairly permanent there.
It did. I think it's there all the time.
We were there on a Sunday morning, so I mean, not morning, but it was more like 12, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I don't think it had opened yet.
We enjoyed those two breweries. We enjoyed them great. I would recommend both without any hesitation whatsoever.
Both of them had really nice merchandise too. Bog's logo is very cool. It's a beer mug that's kind of in the shape of Florida.
It is in the shape of Florida, but it looks like suds dripping down a mug.
Yeah, it's really
cool.
It's a very cool logo.
It is. Matter of fact, I bought a koozie. It was a nice stop. Mm-hmm. Then we went to the third brewery there, which is hard by 95. It is right on I-95.
Oh yeah, it's an easy stop if you're traveling and you just want to get off the highway for a few minutes. It's easy. It's less than a mile off the highway. Ancient
City Brewing. It is again hard by 95. So if you're on 95 going north or south and you want it's lunchtime, what a great spot. There's several fast food restaurants right around there. Get you a burger, get you a sandwich, get you some chicken sliders, and go. You can bring food. They don't serve food, so you can bring it. You go there, eat lunch with a beer. It's
the day we went, they were having a chili cook-off, which was kind of interesting. There were at least 8 or 10 chilies you could sample,
yes.
And there was no charge for that. They were just sampling the chili that they had done. They'd already awarded the prizes for the winners, but we had brought our own food, so we didn't end up partaking of any of the chili.
We didn't know it at the time, or we'd have been trying the winning chili.
Yeah. But they have a very nice outside. Very nice outside. It's in an industrial park. It's very industrial.
It is, and you're looking at the highway. So it's not like Dog Rose or Bog, where it's not a, more picturesque
courtyard type setting. Both of those had courtyards.
Yes, they did. One was more round, one was vertical, but courtyards, great description. This is very industrial. I mean, you're sitting outside, looks like a warehouse in a parking lot looking at I-95. But they had free chili. And now
they did not have a large selection of beer. They had 4 that they made, and the rest were guest taps.
They had about a dozen guest taps to make up for their very short offering. They had 4. I had one called the Matanzas Red, which was a 5.2% red ale. I think you had the Galleon Golden
Ale, mm-hmm.
Which is in the high 4s, I think. The inside, which we have pictures of. The pictures make the inside look better than it may have in real life.
It's very industrial.
It needs some cleaning. This, as my son said, as I described the brewery to him, its biggest strength was you can make a quick getaway.
Yeah.
And that's not exactly true, but this is a. Do I want to use the word mediocre or if on a scale of 1 to 10, this brewery's a 5 or so, but it serves a purpose. If you get some lunch, get there, bring in lunch, have a beer, and then back on the road. And then of course the day we were there, we had chili.
Yeah.
So now, before we did this show, and understanding that we're now in April. We went here close to 2 months ago. I looked at the websites today to see what was on tap at all these breweries, and Ancient City had added a couple.
Oh,
They
okay.
had added Old Coast Pale Ale or something like that.
I think that's one of their flagships.
Is it?
I think so. I've seen it in the stores.
The other 2 breweries had almost an entirely new selection. So, as you're familiar with breweries, especially smaller breweries, they're turning their beer over. But I would encourage you to visit Dog Rose and Bog, because whatever they have on tap, it's gonna be good, and the environment is great.
It's more of a destination, though. You're going 8 miles off the interstate, and you're in a lot more traffic. It's not that hard to park, but it's different from Ancient City. Ancient City is easy parking because it's a great big huge warehouse.
Right.
But it's more of a destination that you're going there purposefully, and you're not just passing by St. Augustine on your way somewhere else.
With respect to dogs, because none of the three serve food, dogs are always allowed outside, which is wonderful. Inside, we were told in all three cases, dogs are okay inside as long as they're in a leash. So that's fine.
It was such a pretty day, we didn't consider going inside, but...
And there was no one inside at almost any of the breweries.
Right, it was just a beautiful
great
day. Yeah.
February in Florida. It was a nice day. It was a good trip, Barb.
Yeah, oh yeah, real good trip. A little shopping at the outlet malls afterwards, which is right on 95 there.
Which, by the way, just, another perhaps strength of Ancient City is it's hard by the outlet mall, too.
Yes.
So maybe a great place to, split activities. But it was a good day. Two great breweries. One that has its own strengths and convenience being the biggest. But we got some stuff planned. And I just want to leave a note for our subscribers. We know we've been off air for a while because we went on vacation. We went diving in the Caribbean and had a great time. And true to our channel, we found the lone brewery on St. Lucia, and it's hard by the airport. And we were going to go, but it's owned by Heineken. And it's an industrial facility.
It's a factory.
It's a factory. There's no tap room. There's no serving customers. But the beer they make, Piton, P-I-T-O-N, but the locals.
It's got a French pronunciation, a Piton.
Piton, yeah.
You drop the N.
You do drop it. Hey, it's a good beer. Recommend the place. But we tried. Now, coming up, we're going to head to Houston.
Yes.
Next week, and add to our I-10 series, maybe add to our Houston breweries. Then we've got some other trips planned too. So we're back. We're glad we're back, and we're going to have more and a little more geography to bring to you very soon.
We'd appreciate it if you would like and subscribe.
Please.
And tell your friends.
Tell your friends, and if you're heading down I-10, if you're going to Houston, if you're heading up to Virginia, heck, if you're heading to Maine and Vermont, New England, check with us. We're going. All right?
All right, let's go.
Okay, cheers, guys.